Good morning. Welcome to our daily word today. It is Tuesday of Holy Week, and we are glad you could join me for our time together as we continue our conversation through Scripture and the daily word. And of course, this Holy Week, this season where we are headed together collectively, headed to the table, to the Maundy Thursday table, the conversation around the bread and the cup, the betrayal of Judas, and what all of that means for us as we head toward then the cross, and then, of course, on Sunday, the empty tomb. So, just a reminder that Maundy Thursday service, it's at 6 o'clock on Thursday. It is in the fellowship hall. We begin with soup and salad and bread, a simple meal with some dessert, and then we will begin our worship. And it will all be downstairs, actually, this year. So you're welcome to join us Thursday. I hope you join us Thursday. Look, if you've never been there, you're welcome to come. If you come every Sunday, you're welcome to come. If you haven't been there for weeks or months or whatever it is, you're welcome to come. And bring somebody with you. There's lots of room, lots of food, and our learning and gathering together around the table. So hopefully I'll see you on Thursday night. So our scripture for this morning, this daily word number 885, comes from Mark 9, verse 41. And Jesus says these words: "Truly I tell you, anyone who gives you a cup of water in my name, because you belong to the Messiah, will certainly not lose their reward." Anyone who gives a cup of water in my name. I've been thinking a lot about this particular text after an event that happened to me on Sunday. On Sunday, Diane and I and the kids, all of our kids, we all takes 3 cars to get us all anywhere, but we all went to Diane's dad's. He has a big collection of trains, and we went there, but actually went there because he got a new refrigerator, and Kelsey and Connor are taking the old one. And so we went and did all of that and got our stuff, and on the way back, we stopped at Beer Barrel in Lima. And so we had our lunch, dinner was kind of in between, ate our food, and everybody left, and Diane and I were the last ones. So I decided I needed to go to the bathroom before I left, and so walked into the bathroom, and a couple folks in there, an older gentleman. We did our thing, and he beat me to the sink. And when I walked up to the sink, his cane was hanging on the soap dispenser, but he was at the other sink trying to get soap, and he couldn't figure it out. Well, I got soap out of the one on the left, and so I said, "Why don't you switch me spots? Because that's my cane. Why don't you?" I said, "Switch me spots." And so we switched spots, and he had assumed that because the faucets were automatic, that the soap dispenser was automatic, and it wasn't. And I said, "You have to push that button," and he couldn't figure it out. And so finally, I just said, "Hold your hand under there." And I reached across to him and pushed it, and he got soap on his hand, and he washed his hand, and he said, "God bless you," as I walked away, and told him I hoped he had a good rest of his day. Now, I know that's not a big deal, and I know it's something you should do, we should do, to help each other out. But I'm reminded so many times in life that we don't always give that cup of water to those who need it. But more often, for us, most of what we do is done in public. Yesterday, I met with 2 couples who are getting married, and, get to share in their excitement and help to plan their wedding. And then I get to officiate weddings and funerals and things like that. And it's all done in public. And often, not always, often, I get a pat on the back, tell me how nice it was. It's interesting when people say that's the best funeral I've ever been to, or that's the best wedding I've ever been to. I wonder sometimes what's going on in our world and why things aren't better. But I get a lot of public praise, and we probably do too when we hold a door for someone or we do these things and people see us do that. I think this scripture is a reminder to us that while we do things in public that are good things, I think there's this call on us, this tug on us, if you will, to offer that cup of cold water in my name when there's not public accolades. When we do it in private, when we do it when no one else is around, when the best we get, God bless you, the heartfelt God bless you is our reward. And I felt that on Sunday from this gentleman. It was heartfelt when he said, God bless you to me as I walked away. And I think in this season, in our lives, in our culture, in how we're called to live, there is this little one verse in Mark chapter 9. Truly I tell you, Jesus says, anyone who gives you a cup in my name because you belong to the Messiah will certainly not lose their reward. It's the call on us, I believe, to share our lives with each other. It's a call on us to take that personally, not just in public, but in private. I got a phone call, I said this on Sunday, from the widow of the wife of the person whose funeral we had on Wednesday. This large 210 people at the funeral, and the fellowship hall full of folks as we fed them lunch. And we did an excellent job with all of that. And I say we because I mean we, and you might have saw what I posted about all of that. But she called me Saturday to tell me she wouldn't be in church Sunday because she hurt her leg, and thanked me for the funeral and all that I did and all that we did. And then she said to me, your ministry should be praised. And I thanked her, but I said, one, that's not why I do it. And two, it's our ministry. It's what we do together, collectively. It's how we gather on Thursday night of this week around the table. We do that as God's people, collectively together. It's not mine, it's ours. The world, God's call, the call to give a cup of cold water, isn't just to me, it's to everybody. That we should do that and do that well as we live our lives. And I think that's so critical, in our culture where I know we have a couple of new folks coming to church who've been hurt badly by the church, who were told they were going to hell. And now they've been coming to our church with a little trepidation, but they're hearing the good news. And one person said, I finally felt welcome somewhere. That's good news but that's not me. That's us giving a cup of cold water. And so that's the call on us. And I hope that we would take that seriously as we live our lives, and that we have the opportunity to share this cup of cold water in a big public setting or in private, where a quiet God bless you is our reward. So that's the word for today as it comes to me and as I feel called to share with you. So as always, thanks for joining me for our time together. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and then again Thursday night at 6 o'clock. As always, importantly, know of God's love that surrounds you and know of my love for you. Have a great day.